Soothing story time. The present. The day was delightful as Zoom walked along to the meeting place. The trees towered up as usual. Yes, sweet. It was the sweetness of forest flowers, hidden somewhere behind the shapes and curves of the trees. The sun bathed the broad earth Zoom walked on and made Zoom's journey cozy and content. Zoom loved the forest, loved the lake and the orchard, and loved all creatures within the land Zoom lived in, the old friends and all the new friends yet to appear. The space in the trees opened up to show the meeting place, where the creatures of nature meet to talk and tell stories, to share a meal and just spend time with each other. Zoom saw a box, a large box by the fire pit. It looked like a present. Perhaps one of them had put it there for a surprise. It wasn't anyone's birthday. Strangely, there were no footprints around it, like the ground had been swept clean around it. Just a box with a big bow. Zoom called out hello, but no one answered. Zoom walked towards the box and around the box. A little tag hung from it. Zoom reached out and read the words on the tag. To the greatest of the six. Zoom thought for a while, thought who could have left it and why, what could be in it. But most of all, who would be the greatest of the six? It was not a question Zoom had ever thought about before. Zoom did not know what the answer could or perhaps should be, or if there could ever truly be one greater than the rest. Zoom tapped the box. Zoom sniffed the box. Zoom gently tilted the box, looking for a clue as to what was inside. It may give a clue to what was meant by the greatest, but there was no clue. Abim set out as it was such a sweet day. The others would be bound to come to the meeting place, and Abim wanted to tell everyone about the new trick involving some string and something falling onto someone else's head. Abim had not yet decided whose head to drop something on, or what was to fall, but Abim loved the idea. "Hello, look at this," Zoom said. Abim stopped, then excitedly came up to the present. Whose present is that?" "I don't know." Zoom showed Abim the tag. Abim wanted to be the greatest, but was not sure if the others would agree, so it needed to be proven, Abim thought, proven without any chance whatsoever of being contradicted. Abim must be the greatest, so how to do it? The trick would be the best, or would it? Would it? Did that show cleverness or sneakiness or something else entirely? They didn't even always like the tricks. Do the cleverest trick there had ever been. What was that, though? What could be so clever that all who saw it would say Abim was the greatest of the six? Because usually Zoom was the wise one. Would it be better to make Zoom look bad, or to make oneself look good? Both. Perhaps both. Abim's naughty, scheming mind began to pick ideas. Combine the two, both things at once. That would show the greatest. Could something fall out of a tree onto Zoom's head? Zoom would look silly. The others would laugh as it wasn't them. And Abim would look great. Abim rushed home and spent a long time trying to find the perfect thing to fall out of the tree to Zoom's head. Next, Roy came along to the meeting place. Roy looked nervously at the tag. The greatest was a lot to ask for. Who would ask for that? Why would they ask for that? Roy didn't really know what they meant. but considered it unlikely that they would be thinking of Rai as the greatest of anything. The alright on a good day, perhaps. Rai began to think of all the things the others did better. Zoom was wise. It must be Zoom. Abim was good at ideas, naughty ideas, but they were ideas. Ket was great, but was Ket the greatest? A good friend, always happy, and Beam was happy too, not always paying attention, and spoke the truth whether anyone wanted to hear it or not. Zenim, what was Zenim good at? Rai felt sad. Zenim never could see what was good. Zenim was kind when able to leave the hut, very gentle, a good friend. Rai felt a rush of anger, as no one would think Zenim was great. Next came Beam. Beam was in the mood for a chat. Not about anything in particular, just a chat, maybe a roast vegetable. Beam looked at the tag. The greatest. The greatest what? The greatest in size? The most fun? Beam began to ponder what the greatest could mean. It occurred to Beam that it would depend on the person who sent it. Whatever they thought was a great thing. Was any of them famous for something? Beam couldn't think of any of them being well known. Abim was always playing tricks, but not so much that people came to visit to see the great trickster, as much as Abim would like them to. It went wrong too often, so that left confusion. The gift giver must have a favourite. Were they in love with someone? Was it that kind of present, or a different kind? Admiration? Just a good heart? A good person feeling kind, who hadn't realised the person didn't know what was so great? What had any of them done lately? Same kind of thing they usually did. That was no help. Ket was next to look at the tag. Ket felt very happy seeing the tag. Someone had been kind and thought one of the 6 was great. Ket didn't pick anyone for it to be. Ket thought everyone would qualify. Then it occurred to Ket that only one would qualify, and this made Ket a little sad. What if someone thought it was for them, and then it turned out not to be, or that the other people were the greatest, and they weren't? Abim came back to see what was happening, bringing the trick in a bag so no one could see it. Abim didn't want to miss anything or have someone else open the present. Zoom said, "We're all here apart from Zenim. I'd better let Zenim know about the present." Zoom walked to Zenim's hut. Zoom called, and eventually Zenim peered out. After a while, Zoom convinced Zenim to come and see the present. They walked there together. While Zoom was away, Abim caused a distraction, annoyed with Zoom going to get Zenim, as it couldn't possibly be Zenim. Abim put a twig up a tree to fall on Zoom's head, tied some thin string to it. Zoom came back and showed the present to Zenim. While Zenim was looking at it, Abim pulled the string and a small twig fell and bounced off Zoom's head. Zoom said, "Oh dear, actually I'll use that later to help start the fire." No one else noticed. Abim awkwardly moved closer to the present. Zenim looked, but didn't believe the term greatest was going to be anything that anyone would believe was anything to do with Zenim, ever. Zenim felt sad, as if it reinforced just how worthless Zenim felt to be. Zoom stood close to Zenim. "Do you know who it could be from?" Zenim didn't. "Not for me." "It could be. We don't know who it's for or why," Ket said. "If we knew why, then we might know who sent it." Abim was annoyed again. "Why don't I open it? It isn't addressed to any of us. It's going to be me, isn't it? It's not going to be Zenim. It has an equal chance of belonging to all of us. We all have to decide what to do." Oh, so I'm not good enough. You've decided that already, haven't you? I hope it's dung. And Abim dropped away. They all looked at the present. Zenim quietly slid away, hoping that no one would notice. Zoom did notice, so did the others, but they let Zenim go. The four remaining looked at the present. Zoom said, if it's going to cause trouble, and we don't know who it's from, perhaps we should all open it at once. Then it will apply to all of us, or at least find the one it's meant for. Ket offered to get Zenim again. Perhaps it'll be better to let Zenim go. I'm not sure. Rai said Abim will be angry, and if we only do what Abim is happy for us to do, our lives are not run by Abim's feelings. It's not up to Abim to decide our every move, whether angry about it or happy about it. That was a very unkind thing for Abim to say to Zenim. Let's open it. The four of them went to the ribbon and pulled. Then there was a box. They examined it for a while and then tried to open the top. It came up easily, and all four of them peered inside. It contained a plant. Zoom reached in and lifted it out. What kind of plant is it? Rai said. I'm not sure, Zoom said. Anyone know? None of them did. The four stared at it. Well, perhaps we should plant it. What do you think? The others didn't know what else to do with it. Rai said somewhere special, in case whoever sent it comes and looks. Somewhere special, Beam said, and looked around. Ket said, this is where we meet, so it should be here, then we can all enjoy it. Yes, Zoom said, at the edge of the clearing, where it will get the light. We can water it every day. Rai said, or should it be the orchard, or the vegetable patch, or the fields of grain? Here we will see it every day. The other places are more hidden away. Here is best. So let's pick somewhere. They moved around. There is a gap here, Ket said. That would be perfect. They dug a hole and planted the gift. Zoom fetched some water. They looked at it. It's a nice gift, Ket said. Zenim peered out of the trees. What was in it? Here, this plant. Zenim came to look. Who was it for? We still don't know. Zenim spent a long time looking at the plant. Abim came along. You opened it? Who decided you were the greatest? We opened it together. I should have opened it. What have you done with the present? We planted it here. Is that it? Yes. It's nice, Ket said. It's rubbish, Abim said, and stropped off. Well, that was unexpected, said Beam. Zenim was still staring at it. I don't know who it was for. Whoever the plant was for, it grew happily at the meeting place.